Okay, it's March the 19th, 2015. You might be wondering what I'm doing with a bucket in my hand and paper towels. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through Goddard's journal. He's got an 11-minute video. And every time he says potassium 40, I'm going to puke in the bucket. So I'm going to stop the video, put my fingers in my throat, I puke up my nose and everything, and puke in the bucket. Because I'm pretty sure he's not going to say potassium 40 because he's Goddard's journal. And nobody like that is going to throw potassium 40 into the equation of nuclear radiation. So I'm not really worried about it. Now, I haven't watched the video, but just in case he does, then that's what I'm prepared to do. So here we go. Let's go. So the first clip.
The impact of Fukushima on the radiation dose for West Coast seafood consumers will be so infinitesimal that natural sources will deliver at least 99% of the dose. Another way to look at this is that if you got cancer from the radioactivity in West Coast seafood contaminated with Fukushima fallout, 99% chance that cancer was caused by naturally occurring radionuclides.
That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Here we go again.
If we could see radiation, then this is what 1 becquerel per cubic meter of seawater would look like. One emission of radiation occurring once per second in a cubic meter of seawater. So the expected peak of cesium-137 on the west coast would look like this: 4 radiation emissions per cubic meter in 1 second. The weapons testing peak would have looked like this: 70 radiation emissions per cubic meter per second. In contrast, the radioactivity of natural potassium-40 in seawater looks like this: 12,000.
I hope this is not going to be a long video.
The highest fallout radioactivity, on the left, was when the fish were in Japanese waters. The lowest radioactivity, on the right, is when they were caught off California. To appreciate how tiny this level is, the blue line here marks the average radioactivity of natural potassium in the fish. As we can see, cesium radioactivity was but a tiny fraction of natural potassium radioactivity. Fortunately, in our bodies, potassium keeps potassium radioactivity at a
Really? Twice?
In contrast to the minuscule West Coast impact, cesium-137 in the ocean immediately around the Fukushima plant peaked almost 67,000 times higher than natural potassium radioactivity in the first weeks after the meltdowns. Of the 13 radionuclides listed by Johansen and colleagues, those that fall below 1%, such as plutonium isotopes, are excluded here because they would not be visible. So what the bar shows now is that before the disaster, natural atoms delivered 99.9% of the radiation dose to seafood consumers.
I guess I'm empty. You're gonna have to go watch the video.